I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, West Rocks. Today we are live from the Panther newsroom. My name is Kennedy Kuba.
And my name is Stephanie Cano-Pulgarin.
Today is January 17th. It is an A Day. We will have an extended homeroom today and follow the Take 10 schedule.
Now over to Katie with sports.
Congratulations to the girls basketball team. The team secured their first win of the season yesterday with a 37-8 win over Concord. Lanisha Simmons led the first half, scoring with 12 points, leading the team into the half up by 25 points. Megan Pernudo was the game's high scorer with 14 points. It was a great effort by all. Your West Rocks Panthers conquered by the score of 53-17. All players played and scored, filling up the stat sheet like a plate on Thanksgiving. Dion James Brown said, "I feel good," by scoring inside and outside with 7 points. Derek Smith and Tyler Forte made sure rebounding and scoring inside were their forte, scoring 6 points each. Nate the Great Rinaldi played sticky defense like a turtleneck and moved the ball unselfishly on offense. But yesterday's leading scorer was Jacob Rojas with 10 points and thunderous takes to the rim. He was like a bull seeing red charging at the rim. Your Panthers moved to 3-0 and take on Ponus on Thursday. The next practice will be on Wednesday after school. And now back to our anchors.
Here is a short video about the impact Martin Luther King Jr. made. After the video, we will go over to Mrs. Amaral and talk about today's lesson and word of the day.
In high school, Martin Luther King Jr. wins an oratorical contest stating, "Black America still wears chains." On the bus ride home, King is forced to stand so white passengers can sit down. To satisfy his urge to serve humanity, King joins the seminary and begins to fight for social justice. After leading the Montgomery bus boycott, the King family home is bombed. He continues on organizing nonviolent protests in Albany and Birmingham before the March on Washington. King wins the Nobel Prize for his dynamic leadership and organizes the Selma to Montgomery marches, expanding his political focus to include poverty and opposition to the Vietnam War. At the height of his political influence, Martin Luther King Jr. is assassinated. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, the crowning achievement of the civil rights era, would not have been possible without the courage of Martin Luther King Jr.
Good morning, everyone. Freedom, justice, democracy. Those are the words that we are going to focus on this morning in our Take 10 lesson. This is a special advisory lesson that we're going to be doing in our homerooms to honor and to remember the work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We all have the day off on Monday, but we're really challenging you to actually have the day on, to spend some time thinking about and reflecting on the work that Dr. King has impacted us in our lives and what we can do to kind of continue spreading the work that he had done. The lesson that we are going to be partaking in this morning, the lesson that we're partaking in this morning does come from the King Center. It is an organization that Coretta Scott King, his wife, started back in the 1960s, and his daughter currently is running. So it is very impactful, and it is in line with the work that that organization is partaking in today. So think about, as we're going through this lesson, what you can do to continue the work of Dr. King. Our word today is sad. That is a word of the day. It is a blue word. And it's unpleasant and it's low energy. It's in the blue quadrant. And sometimes we feel sad for multiple reasons. The weather might make us feel a little bit sad. The idea that someone is powerful and as important as Dr. King was assassinated can make some people feel sad. But today we're actually being challenged to turn that feeling around, considering the work that Dr. King did, and what can we do to turn those kinds of feelings a little bit more positive? And you're being called to action. So sometimes when we do something when we're feeling sad, like going for a run or spending some time with a friend, those are some of the feelings that we could make into positive feelings just by spending a little bit more time. So this morning, like I said, I just challenge you to really take seriously the lesson that we're about to partake in and to really think about how it impacts us today, the work that someone so important did back in the 1950s and 60s, and how we're still talking about it and how it still impacts us and what we can do to continue that work. So everyone have a wonderful Friday, and back to our anchors.
The S in PAWS stands for safety. Be safe with your peers and teachers each and every day.
Remember, students learn best when they're engaged academically and emotionally.
Have a fabulous Friday, everyone.